Here's the truth. Most people don't know what they're taking or why, whether it comes to medications or supplements. I mean, they might know the name of them like ashwagandha or vitamin D. When I ask, I usually get a blank stare. And here's what might surprise you even more. Sometimes it's not the supplement that's helping, it's actually the placebo effect, which, ladies and gentlemen, research shows totally works. Greetings, WellBeings. I'm Dr. Khan, and welcome to my channel where we dive into real health backed by science and delivered with honesty and integrity. Today, we're talking about a subject that fills up a majority of most people's cabinets, grocery carts, and Instagram ads. Supplements. Let's start by talking about what a supplement is. A supplement is designed as a product that is taken by mouth and has a dietary ingredient like amino acids, herbs, enzymes, vitamins, or minerals. They're meant to supplement the diet, not replace real food or act like medication. A vitamin, that's an essential nutrient that your body needs in small amounts to function properly, like vitamin C for collagen synthesis or your immune system, or vitamin B12 to create excellent nerve health. A prescription medication, on the other hand, is a substance designed to treat, prevent, or manage a disease. And here's where things get really different. Medication goes through an intense multi-phase clinical trial before it even touches your pharmacy shelf. Let's talk about the FDA approval process. Let's say, for example, there's a new drug being developed for diabetes. First, it goes through preclinical testing, which is often in animals. And if it passes, it enters phase 1 clinical trials, usually in 20 to 80 healthy volunteers, just to test the safety. Then comes phase 2, a few hundred people with the disease to test the effectiveness. If that works, phase 3 enrolls thousands to confirm the results and look for the side effects. This process takes years, often a decade or longer, and only after all of this does the FDA approve it for use. Even then, it is monitored in the real world, and that's called phase 4 to check for long-term safety. Now let's compare that to your average over-the-counter supplement, which doesn't need to be proven effective at all before hitting the shelves. I'm going to share with you what I learned in my biochemistry class about vitamins. I loved biochemistry. It just makes sense. I remember we used a book by Lippincott and it had a blue cover. It was my favorite subject. Shout out to the authors. Let's break this down real quick. Vitamins are either fat soluble or water soluble, and this is important to you. Pay attention because fat soluble means they can be stored in your body's fat tissues. You can remember which vitamins are fat soluble by the phrase, all dogs eat kibble, vitamin A, D, E, and K. If taken in excess, they can be stored in your fat and can build up to dangerous levels. So if you take too much vitamin D, you can be at risk for confusion, kidney stones, dehydration, and it's a good idea to have your doctor check your vitamin D level every year. The other category of vitamins are called water-soluble vitamins, like vitamin C and all the B vitamins. They dissolve in water and are excreted in the urine, therefore less risk of toxicity. But still not something to megadose without reason unless you want to have really expensive urine. So, should you take supplements? The answer is it depends on your body, your labs, and your lifestyle. As a loose leaf framework, if you're vegan, you might want to take B12. If you avoid the sun because of the danger of the sun rays on your skin, vitamin D might be a good idea. If you have heavy bleeding during your menstrual cycle, you might want to consider iron, and definitely all women of weight-bearing age should take folic acid. More supplements don't equal more health. Your body works in perfect harmony on its own. I actually personally had a patient that I was optimizing prior to surgery, and on routine blood work, I found that he had abnormal blood tests indicating his blood was extra thin, but he wasn't on any blood thinners. So on further questioning, I found out that he was taking an enormous amount of garlic. And you may or may not know, but garlic has a significant blood thinning effect. Garlic contains compounds that inhibit platelet aggregation, which is a process key for blood clot formation. Garlic should be stopped before elective surgery to minimize the risk of bleeding. So too much of anything, even natural, can throw your body's homeostasis off. Homeostasis is the body's innate ability to maintain a stable internal environment all on its own. So the next time you're about to hit add to cart on that wellness influencer recommended mushroom powder, ask yourself, why? Do I know what this is doing? Do I really need it? And remember, there is power in knowing your body, your needs, and your science. I'm Dr. Khan, and as always, own your health, own your future.